My name's Ben Welsh, and I'm here in the Los Angeles Times newsroom. I work here as the editor of the Data Desk, a team of computer programmers and reporters who work together to turn data into news. And I'd like to welcome you to this online class, Python for Data Journalists. My goal over the next 4 weeks is to teach you many of the skills that our team here uses every day to do our work, and specifically to teach you how to use those tools to analyze money and politics, which is a very important issue here in the United States and around the world. And in this video, my goal is to give you a brief overview of what we'll be covering in this class. There's a longer syllabus online and more detailed information if you dig for it there, which I would recommend for you to do. But here's the basics. This is going to be a computer programming class, all right? Over the next 4 or 5 weeks, you're going to be learning how to use Python, its Pandas data analysis toolkit, and the Jupyter notebook to write and publish a data analysis. And that means that we will be writing computer code, you and I, together for a long period of time, and there will be code crashes and funny things that happen and struggles, but in the end, we're going to have a story to tell. All right, and that may sound a little intimidating at first, especially if you don't have computer programming experience, but let me assure you this class is open to anyone. If you've tried computer programming once or twice, have a good attitude, and are willing to take these code crashes that are going to come in stride, you are definitely qualified for this class. All right, so don't be afraid. But the one thing you will need is a computer with administrator privileges so that you can install all the heavy-duty stuff we're going to be using. All right, so if you have a MacBook or a Windows computer or a Linux computer that you can type in the password on and install whatever you want, you've got what you need. You'll also need an internet connection too, of course, but I bet you have that if you're listening to this video. All right, so here's kind of the broad overview of how we're going to approach it. There's going to be an early sort of pre-week class, Module 0, where we install all the tools you're going to need to begin computer programming. And this is definitely going to be a hassle if you haven't done it before, but you'll be setting up your computer for the long run so that you can use it to do all kinds of other cool stuff. All right, and in this week, you'll need to make sure you have a command line interface, the Python programming language, some other Python tools, the Git version control system, all ready to go. And we've got short videos and some instructions on how to get those things installed, or make sure you already have them installed correctly if you've done this before. And that's going to be the first kind of assignment for everybody in the class, is going to be to work through that week online and figure out how to get their computers set up. And once that's done, we'll really begin the class, which will be spread across 4 weeks. The first week, which we're calling Hello Notebook, will be a basic introduction to the Pandas Data Analysis Toolkit, a very popular Python tool for working with data, and the Jupyter Notebook, which is the emerging standard for publishing reproducible data analysis in code, both for the sciences and in the media. All right, and so that week will be kind of an introduction to how those things are done and kind of the ABCs of getting a project set up. Week 2 will be called Hello Data, which is where we'll be covering how to import data into this system and to begin sort of kicking it around and setting it up for analysis. We'll be using data from the California Civic Data Coalition, which is a group I'm a part of that is tracking the money in California state politics. In week 3, which we're calling Hello Analysis, we're going to move beyond just moving the data around and really getting into using Pandas to filter it, to group it, to sort it, to rank it, and to conduct the basic data analysis using the raw materials of data. And then finally in week 4, which we're calling Hello Internet, we're going to be using the Jupyter Notebook's publishing capabilities to connect with GitHub.com and to turn your offline data analysis into a published, living, breathing white paper that will fully document everything you've done along the way to share with your readers and the public. Along the way, we'll have discussion forums, quizzes, things for you to read, and even a special class within the class for any participants who are California journalists, students, academics, or others who want to engage more deeply with how money in California politics works. That's the broad plan. I hope it sounds good for you, and let's make it work. All right, I'm excited to get going, and I hope you are too.